How's it going, guys? It is Kyle and we are back for another vlog, and today we're going to be carrying on with the topic of homework. But today we're going to be discussing exam preparation, what to give, how to give, and how long or how difficult it should be. So let's get straight into it. Cool, guys. So the cool thing is right now, with the exam preparation, okay, now talking specifically about the exams, not the actual student book, which we will get to in a second. I know I do say that often, and sometimes I forget to come back to it, but this time I'll make a plan and make sure that I get back to it, right? So your exams, the cool thing is no matter which exam preparation class you're doing, whether it's FCE, IE, LTS, PET or KET, right? They follow the exact same order, and that is 3 separate exams, and that's your reading and writing, your listening, and your speaking exams, right? So a little breakdown of that. If you are focusing on the actual exams, on an exam paper, what type of homework should we give? Well, the most obvious answer is homework that is suited towards, or that's sort of gels with the actual exam paper that you're doing. If it's a reading and writing exam, you want to be giving reading and writing homework. If it's a listening exam, you want to be giving them something to listen to or to listen out for, okay? And if it's a speaking exam, well, obviously you want to give them something to speak about. Now, how do we actually go about doing that, right? Stay tuned and find out. Cool, guys. So we're going to go through a couple of tips and a couple of tricks on how to give homework, okay? So we're going to start off with your reading and writing. Why? Because I find it the easiest one out of the lot. Now, the most common one or the easiest one is to actually upload a news article or some sort of descriptive passage into the classroom. Go through it with the Brady and then get the Brady to practice reading it for the next lesson. And then when they do come back in for the next lesson, that buddy just needs to answer or ask, not answer, ask some questions based on that passage, just to make sure that they actually understand it. There's no point in them being amazing at reading if they don't grasp the concepts of the story. Now, what type of stories can we actually use? Well, depending on the Brady's age, level, and interest, you could either use a book, a novel, a superhero book, a comic book, or some sort of news articles. Maybe they completely nuts about gadgets, right? Then get the latest and greatest gadget news worldwide, upload it into the classroom, go through it with them, or let them know what they are expected to do with this article. And then in the review, just put it down in the homework section. The Brady needs to read this and this and this, and the next buddy needs to ask questions based on it. The file is attached. Bam. The Brady gets it, the buddy gets it, everything works out 100% amazing, okay? Then the other side of that reading and writing exercise is still to do with the reading, right, is ask them to get their favorite extract, their favorite article, their favorite book, print out a page, bam, or write out a page, the writing exercise right there and then upload it into the classroom. Read it together, ask questions based on it. The only thing with this is you've got to be quick on your feet, because as they're reading it, you've got to be thinking of questions you can ask to make sure that they understand it. Concept checking questions, right? Now, reading to the side, let's get into the writing section, okay? Now, what you can do is, again, it's pretty easy, straightforward, no uploading or anything like that. Get them to tell you their favorite thing to do, their favorite lesson, their favorite hobby, whatever it is, or just something that they enjoy, okay? And then tell them to write a 25 to 35 word essay on that topic. The cool thing is, in these exam student books, right, they tell you, they give examples of an exercise. For example, maybe it says, write a 25 word essay on the weather. And they can discuss what the weather's been like, what it is going to be like the next few days, and what it was a few days before, okay? So any sort of writing topic. If they're nuts about superheroes, well, who's your favorite superhero? Wow, I like Spider-Man too. Let's see who can write the longest essay on Spider-Man. Or let's see who can think of the most powers or superhero powers that Spider-Man has, okay? And then write it down, bam, sentence for sentence, dot form, whatever it is, and then upload it into the class. And now you can compare who got the most list or the biggest list of superhero powers that Spider-Man has, right? And he has quite a bit, actually. There we go. So reading and writing, pretty simple. Give them something to read or give them something to write about, or mix it together. Read, bam, and then summarize, wham. Moving on. Cool, guys. So listening. Now, this one gets a little bit tricky because you've got to find something that they can listen to and then obviously ask questions on that specific thing that they listen to in order to check if they understand what it means, right? Or what it's about. Now, the easiest thing that I can possibly think of right now is get them either to listen to a song, okay? However, you need to know the song as well. And the Brady, or sorry, not the Brady, the buddy in the next lesson needs to know the song as well. So put the name of the song in the review so they can listen to it. And hopefully it's in English, right? And once they've done that, they can explain that song, that poem, or whatever it is that they were listening to, okay? The other side of that is maybe you can give them a song or something that they can listen to, okay? And then just add the name in the review or give them the name as for the homework and get them to listen to that specific thing, okay? The other side is, okay, what you can do, and this is not generally, or it's not really homework as it is a conversation starter or a warm-up game or an ice break at the beginning of the lesson, is you can read something to them, okay? Or tell the Brady, sorry, not the Brady, why am I getting confused? Tell the buddy in the next lesson, in the to-do homework section, read this article and attach it to the file, okay? Or to the review. Read this article to the Brady, let them listen to it, and then ask questions based on it. And now you've got that listening exercise perfectly done, right? However, it does get a little bit difficult because a lot of the times when I have asked for songs as well, it's always the Chinese or a Chinese song, and it's difficult to sort of ask those concept checking questions unless you know it and you understand it, okay? So we've done reading and writing, we've done listening. Now the last one is speaking, and this is probably my favorite one because it, again, is super easy, but it starts off a massive conversation, okay? And I've mentioned this before. Pop up the timer, 2 minutes, and they speak about their favorite topic, okay? Or if you are covering a certain section, for example, the past tense, okay, in the exam preparation student book, what you can do as well is go, well, you've got 2 minutes to speak about what you did last month. Everything has to be in the past tense, okay? So now you can test what they know about the past tense plus their speaking ability. And the easiest way to correct this, okay, because there's no solid document that you can check and move and double check and erase and add in and all that jazz, is have the text speech bubble right up in front of you. And as he's talking, listen, and then type out all the mistakes. Bam, bam, bam. And then double click anywhere off the page. It's over there. And now you can go through whatever they did wrong and whatever they did right. Okay, if they made 51 errors and you've written out every single error, 51 of them, bam, Area 51. Just thought of that now. Sidetracking anyway, let's get back to the point. If I've written down all of those errors and the Brady doesn't have anything good, or I don't have anything good to say to the Brady, well, he's going to lose interest completely and he's going to think he can't speak English at all, okay? So map out the mistakes, but then also put some good points. Ooh, you said this. This was really cool. I enjoyed this part. I don't always write that down. I generally remember the good points. And the reason why is because I stick to two or three good points that I'll remember and then comment in between all the errors, okay? So that is my speaking, okay? Now let's get to the actual homework from the student books. This one is kind of straightforward, and I've mentioned it in the previous blog, but I'm going to go through it again. Why? Because it's more specific to a exam preparation. Now, a lot of the times, the students don't have the books, okay? Whether it's PET, FCE, whatever it is, KET, they generally don't have the books. So by giving them homework from the actual textbook, well, it requires you, one, to upload the document, which is cool. However, it requires two, the Brady to actually download that document or to know and understand that it's there. So make sure, and no matter how many times this has been explained before, I would still explain it as you give the homework. This is going to be sent to you through the review, okay? So what you're going to do is download it, and then you can do the work. That way you know for sure they know where it is. Even if they had it done or had an upload previously, well, maybe they weren't told. Okay, and that could be why they didn't actually do the homework. So explain it to them and then let them upload or download it, I should say. You got to upload it, they got to download it. Okay. Now, the other side of it, the more fun side of it, is make up your own homework for that specific exercise. For example, if they're unjumbling different sports, okay. Now, if I remember correctly, it is I want to say the first page of the PET student book. It could be the first page of the KET student book. I'm gonna have to double check that, but it's one of the two. And the first one is there's a whole bunch of pictures of different sports, and there's little circles on at the bottom, and each circle is basically a word that's been jumbled around, and you've got to put the letters in order and actually make up the sport. So what we can do is use them all together for a homework exercise. Okay, give them 3 or 4 words that are jumbled up, not the same ones that are in the textbook. Why? Because maybe they don't have it, or maybe they finished the exercise and now it's too easy. Unjumble a bunch of new sports, give it to them for homework, and make it a little bit more difficult. Once they've unjumbled it, I want them to explain one thing they like and one thing they don't like about that specific sport. So if it's tennis, they've unjumbled tennis. Well, I like tennis because da 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 da, and I don't like tennis because of right? I don't have any reasons off the top of my head, right? But anyway, that's besides the point. Give them that. So we're practicing unjumbling or jumbling words together, or unjumbling letters to make words, right? Plus they're getting practice of creating sentences. Another example is, and we see this all the time throughout all of the student books, okay? And that is your corpus spot, or your, I know in the CG it's called language detective, and there's another one, I think it's called grammar spot, okay? And it gives you a bunch of rules. However, there's a lot of blank spaces inside that block. So for example, it would say we use the blank when we add ed to the word. Okay, super easy. We use the past tense when we add ed to the word, right? But they do get a little bit difficult, so you can go, this is what I want you to do for homework, the grammar spot on this page, upload it, bam. And then it gives you something that's based directly on the work that they've actually been doing. Now, what I would generally do is go through the work first so they understand the rules, and then give them that section for homework. I wouldn't go, I've got 2 minutes left, I've got the grammar spot, there's a whole bunch of rules there, but I haven't covered any of the work, let's give it to them, because they probably won't know what's going on. If they're on the ball, they might know, but it becomes a little bit difficult and you want them to be successful, okay? So, student books, your own homework based on the work, okay? Or just make sure that you upload the stuff from the student book. Don't assume that they have the book, okay? I do have one student that prints it out from the website page by page, and then she reads it and does the homework with her. And then I have another student that actually has the book. But all the rest of them, and I have a lot of them, I do have quite a bit actually. There we go. Anyway, moving on. A lot of them don't have the book, and I've got to think on the fly for the different homework aspects, right? And what I mean by that is I could prep the homework, wham, but then he gets it or she gets it and it's just too easy. They understand it and they're just going, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going, well, if I give them that homework, 1, they're not going to do it. 2, they're going to find it boring if they do it. And 3, they're not going to learn anything because they already know it 110%. So have that homework plan, but then be able to think on the fly for the next set of homework. Or if they don't understand something, well, give them that specific exercise or something based on that exercise for homework. And that being said, peace out. I will see you on the flip side.